It's Week 11 of the National Football League, and we'll see who rules the skies in today's battle. It's the Jets and the reigning Super Bowl champs, next on EA Sports.
They love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we're at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the New York Jets. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come in off another victory a weekend ago. That ran their win streak up to 7 now.
And I think that win last week established them as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with confidence and swagger, and you need that to go a long way.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. It's a big play there for Baltimore.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, this is a case of improper form from a tackling perspective, because when you get ready to go up against a back like this, everyone has to be able to understand you've got to be able to slow him down and let the cavalry come to the rescue. They were nowhere to be found that time, though, and this winds up being a big play.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Ravens on just 2 plays have taken the lead. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday?
It got his man complete. There he goes right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. The offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Being chased out left. He's going deep for Brown. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. 69 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their
show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And I tell you from our broadcast booth, because we're pretty close to the 50, we had the best view, a bird's eye view of that throw, and it was an absolute thing of beauty to watch.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm.
And that's caught inside the 35. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 88 yards.
And the Ravens continue to pull away here this first half. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear,
after a good punt, this offense will start with tough field position inside the 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
when you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got him in, complete. And they finally get him down at the other 46. It's a big play there for Baltimore.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Steps away. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Josh Oliver with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as the Ravens push further out in front.
Okay, we need to double-check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought the Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll drop to throw. He'll buy some time right. This will be caught by Brown. And all the way down to the 35. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's a throw off the scramble, and that's complete out left. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there. Keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Ravens continue to pour it on. And maybe there that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, as a defender,
QB's last.
running back, fullback.
So we are in the final minute now of the first half as this offense gets ready to take over. They go play action here on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. That's caught at the 25, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And that was just a fly route. There was no stop. He just went.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to watch because you have to set it up as you go along. Everyone knows he's fast, so you play him for that. That's the #1 thing you want to take away. But as you go through a game, sometimes you vary the speed in which you come off the line of scrimmage and maybe start a little bit slower.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Ravens come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight.
So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Flushed out right. Got him in, it's Brown. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Rashad Bateman,
his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Ravens add on. He's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. Touchdown! Sammy Watkins. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we?
It'll be a 1st and 10 coming up as this offense takes over possession of the football in the third quarter. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, wide open, complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 72 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
Yeah, I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance traveled or the accuracy?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. That one brought back a few nightmares because when a quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there having discipline and not letting them connect on that pass.
It got his man complete. Touchdown. Mark Andrews with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. It's been quite the game for him. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this team continues to stake its claim as Super Bowl favorites. They are now eyeing an 8th straight win as they begin this drive here in the fourth quarter. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 75 yards. And the Ravens add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to
late stages of the game here in the fourth quarter as this offense takes over 1st and 10. Back to throw. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
What a savvy read by the running back. He saw his quarterback was out of the pocket in a little bit of trouble. He just broke off his route and took off deep downfield. Thought for a second there they had him, but they were unable to connect for a big play.
Buying time to his left. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he goes out right around the 39. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I like his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. 56 yards.
And the Ravens appear to be headed to a 9-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for this. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your... He's got a man complete. And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. He'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Steps away to his left.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. Rolling to his left. And it's caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Being chased out left. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from, working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses.
So now we're in the final minute of the game in the 4th quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Baltimore, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll try to get back on track.